everyone, it's your lovely Abbie Dagrin, and welcome back to my channel, lovelies. Today I'll be continuing a series on my channel that deals with natal charts, and today I'll be doing a natal chart analysis on Matthew Perry. I wanted to speak on his personality traits, his characteristic traits, based off of his natal chart analysis, and just give a little something in regards to the life that he lives. So please stay tuned for the rest of my video, lovelies. If you have not yet become a part of the Abbie Dagrin family, then this is your calling to do so. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you know when I upload videos on the daily. Please make sure you hit that like button because I know you guys will love this video. And please make sure you share this video with everyone you know, whether it's your friends, your family members, your enemies, anyone who really loves this content, or anyone who was a fan of Matthew. Now let's get right into the video, lovelies. Matthew Perry was born on August 19th, 1969, so this qualifies him to be a Leo. With this placement, he is someone who is very much out there. Actually, having a sun in Leo is great because the sun is ruled by Aries and Leo. So they are very much people who are passionate, warm, bold, intense, and love being the center of attention. They're also the types of people who are very much a show-off and are the center of attention, but people don't really mind because they tend to enjoy their warmth and their affection, which is very genuine. They are very spirited and willful and proud of self-important things at times. They're very honest and they are very respectful of people who are very important to them as well. They never compromise their self to pursue a goal with persistence and dedication, so this is a great placement. Up next would be his moon in Scorpio, which is very much a difficult placement to have. They tend to experience emotions with great depth and passion, but they're the types of people who are very resilient and transformative. They're very intuitive, can be intimidating, and can read others like a book. Very alluring. But having a Scorpio moon is very hard and difficult, as well as having a Capricorn moon. So this is something that he has had to live with throughout his whole life. Having this moon can be very much hard, and sometimes it's very, very difficult to have. But they are the types of people who are very sweet people. They're understanding of people and their emotions. They know how to make people feel at home and make people open up to them and tell them about different things, because they're very much just great people, even though they've been through a lot and it's very hard for them as well. Up next would be his Mercury in Virgo. This is actually another great placement for him to have. He's someone who has great communication with others because Mercury is ruled by Virgo and exalted in Virgo, so this is a very great placement. They're able to communicate what they want. They are great at learning different things. They are the types of people who make decisions in the most practical and rational manner. So they look at the situation, and after that they see what benefits, what does not benefit. They are very much the types of people who are about a schedule. They want to make sure everything goes as planned, and they just love for everything to be perfect in their own way, even though at times it can be hard. But they are the types of people who are able to manage it. They are very analytical, and they're able to look at details a lot better than other Mercury signs. So they'll see things that other people aren't able to see. Up next is his Venus in Cancer, and with this placement, he was someone who was very much caring, very comfortable, very protective, empathetic, and parental in regards to the types of people who he wants to be, who he's attracted to. He wants to be committed and predictable in relationships. He's someone who's very sensitive. He craves security, comfort, and love. He shows love by taking care of his partner's needs. He pays more attention to his partner's feelings than his own sometimes, and sometimes he looks at his partner's feelings over their words. He can resort to maybe being upset and pulling the silent treatment, but it's hard for him to forget something that's happened to them. He loves sentimental gestures. He's very patient, loving, and dependable. He's very intuitive. He's very creative, and he has a big heart as well. So these are very much what he was in a relationship. Up next would be his Mars in Sagittarius. And with this placement, he's someone who is very much high achieving. He's someone who's very intelligent and smart. He is someone who is motivated by the high moral standard of ideas. He's someone who will work very hard to improve a lot of the world at large, but he does not demand action about that. He's someone who does not just sit around and talk about things, but he's also about getting things done. He's someone who's very resilient. He's someone who does not want his freedom limited, and he wants to make sure that he's able to have everything he needs in his life to really be the best that he can. He can be restless, but physical exercise is something that he probably liked, and that would help maintain him as a human being as well. So this is a nice placement to have and a very interesting one to have as well. Up next would be his lovely Jupiter in Libra. He is someone who is about having a pleasing appearance because Libra is ruled by Venus, and Venus is all about beauty, and Jupiter basically expands that. So having this placement, he's all about having beauty and showing beauty in different ways. He's someone who has the ability to listen to all sides and then makes the correct decision because he wants to make sure that everyone is happy and that everyone is able to be happy in the decision made. He's someone who's very good at balancing opinions and judging issues, but he tends to be indecisive when it comes to making up his mind. He's very objective and quite concerned with fairness and justice, but he's someone who comes to himself and is aware of what will make him upset. He's someone who loves relationships, and he loves to learn different things and grow by observing himself interacting with others. He's someone who loves expensive tastes and refined tastes. Up next would be his lovely Saturn in Taurus, and with this placement, he's someone who is very cautious when it comes to his money. He's someone who is very reliable. He's very dependable and can be very responsible as well, and that's part of having Saturn in Taurus. That's what they're able to be great at. Complete freedom of choice makes him ill at ease sometimes. He is someone who has to be firm, ordered, and secure in order for him to feel comfortable in his life. He's someone who does not adapt easily and tend to fear the new and untried. He's someone who is in constant fear of love, property, and material things, and that's something that can be very difficult for him or anyone with this placement. He's someone who tends to be very selfish, withdrawn, and stingy because he wants to make sure he's able to protect and have the resources that he needs. But what he needs to do is be around supportive people, an environment, and become more emotionally self-supporting. Up next would be his Uranus in Libra. With this placement, he's someone who would always come up with new ideas and look at things in a different way. He's also someone who is very free, very much unconventional, and when it comes to relationships can be very unstable, and that can really come into emotional commitments as well. So they're the types of people who are attracted to experiments in marriage and shared lifestyles. Personal freedom is more important to them than having an emotional bond. In the realm of art and aesthetic, they are attracted to something that is very bizarre, very shocking, very unusual. And this is something that people with this placement tend to try to change, is the way relationships are, and make it different because Libra's relationships are ruled by Libra, so that's something that they want to change. Up next would be his Neptune in Scorpio. And with this placement, they're the types of people who find inspiration and pleasure from the darkest places in this world that probably other people would very much not speak about because they don't feel as though it's something that society will be speaking on. But people with this placement love to go into the deepest and darkest things in this world and just read and listen to it. Also with this placement, they're the types of people who are interested in anything deep and mysterious. They're the types of people who explore and idealize the benefits that come from studying healing, psychology, and different things. They're the types of people who experiment with substances in order to push an understanding of their inner being that is very much different. They're also the types of people who are going to be very much different to previous placements because they want to really see what's underneath the surface. Up next would be his Pluto and Virgo. So because he was born between 1957 and 1972, he is Generation X. They're the types of people who are about perfection, having a down-to-earth attitude, very hardworking, very self-improving and skilled. They're the types of people who are all about the environment and technology issues. They're the types of people who are very much wanting to help others and offering practical care necessary to improve anyone's status. They love to help people. They love to make sure that people's lives are better based off of what they do and what they want. They're also the types of people who want to make sure that they're able to benefit from different things and are able to help others, because Virgo placements tend to love to help people and love to do things that are different than others. So this is a great placement to have. Up next would be his North Node in Pisces. And with this lovely placement, they're the types of people who would need to really develop these attributes in order for him to get the hidden gifts needed. Being non-judgmental is something that they would need. Being very compassionate, surrendering anxiety to a higher power, freeing the mind through meditation and self-reflection, focusing on the spiritual pathway, trusting in positive outcomes, acknowledging connection with the universe and welcoming change at all times, accepting the truth of the unknown, learning the way of the healer, helping others heal their pain, connect to their inner faith, pursue life with intuition, learn that not everything can be explained through logic, focusing their energies on serving without judgment, finding comfort in the ability to heal and inspire others. Surround yourself with people who won't take your kindness for granted. Up next would be his lovely Kiron in Aries, and this is actually one of the hardest Kiron placements to have in my opinion. He probably did not believe in himself at some times in his life, and he probably wanted to compare himself to other people. He may have been self-engrossed and probably didn't feel like he deserved to have this, that, and the other. Having this placement is mostly about yourself, and that's why I feel like it's the hardest, because the other Kiron placements, it's about mostly external forces. But this one has to do with an internal force. So one of the ways for him to really increase this or get better with this or heal from it is to move forward with self-love, accepting that everyone is different as well as themselves, and acknowledging his strengths and his weaknesses. And this is something that would help heal someone with this placement, because they're able to know that being themselves is a beautiful thing. Up next would be his Leo rising. And with this placement, he's someone who's very magnetic and attracts attention. He's self-aware of the effects on others that he has. He may be the types of person who will jump to conclusions, and he can be very bossy or dramatic sometimes. He can have been exaggerating things a lot. He typically speaks from his mind. He may be very much the type of person who find it difficult to take advice, but he's very much confident in himself, and he's someone who is very much going to work hard in everything that he does. He's very expressive and very creative, but he has a very warm heart. He's very independent, very charismatic, very generous, and he's someone who, or anyone with his placement, tries their best to help people in the best way possible, and they just do the best that they can in everything that they do, because they're just the types of people who are able to get fame so easily. Last but not least would be his midheaven in Aries, and having the top 3 midheavens that tend to be the most successful are Capricorn, Aries, and Leo. So by him having this placement shows how he was able to garner a lot of his success. He's someone who, in regards to his public image in regards to his career. He's very self-starting, very confident, very creative, very energetic, and he's someone who gives fresh energy. He's the types of person who's great at giving his opinion, taking the lead, and brainstorming. That's something he's most definitely great at. He's someone in the public eye in regards to his career that is very much born with this warmth and fire. He's someone who's relentless and ravaging, and someone who just has a very great survival story. He's also someone who tends to really much want to be in the spotlight. He's very much someone who loves to be self-employed in a career that he's able to control things. So he's been able to do that with his acting. Thank you guys so much for watching my video today on Matthew Perry. Please let me know down below what your favorite moment of him was in any movie or any sitcom that he was. Please let me know down below. And my thoughts and prayers go out to his family. Please let me know down below also who else you guys would want me to do a natal chart analysis on. Please make sure you are subscribed to the channel. You've hit that notification bell, that like button, and that share button. And last but not least, if you're not following me on all of my social media accounts, please make sure you are doing so, from my Facebook through my podcast under Abbie Dagrin, my Etsy store through my Instagram under Gael Beauty, and my PayPal that is linked down below. I love you all. Please stay safe and healthy, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, lovelies.